Hi guys, it's Leslie here from ScottFit, and today we're going to do a 30-minute or so chair yoga sequence, and I invite you all to join me. All you need is a seat today. So welcome onto your chair. Take a moment just to sit right back against the back of the chair. Have your feet about hip width apart, so your ankles underneath your knees, and just roll those shoulders up, back and down, and relax against the back of the chair. I invite you to close your eyes if you wish, or just have them looking gently downwards. This is a time out for you, time to just go introspective, go into yourself, and to recognise how you're feeling today amongst all this anxiousness at the moment. I really do find that yoga helps me to calm and ground myself, and de-stresses me and allows me to take those lovely deep breaths that we can use to relax our mind and body. So just to start with, let's take a nice deep inhalation in through the nose, right down to the belly, into the chest, top of the collarbones, and let it all out. Let all that anxiousness out through the mouth. And do two more. Every time you breathe out, just allow yourself to calm and be rooted to the floor. And one more. And come back to your natural breathing. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your chin to tuck down slightly so you've got a nice long spine right up to the top of the neck. Spread your toes. Lift your toes up and spread them, and then place them back on the floor. And feel that connection to the earth, that grounding sensation, our connection to Mother Nature, allowing ourselves to be held at this time of our lives, at this time of the year, and at this time of pandemic. We'll start off with some pranayama, some breath work. And I'll do what's called the 3-part yogic breath. And please do go at your own pace and your own counts. But for now, I'm going to take a count of 2. Taking an in-breath in through the nose and expanding the belly forward like a balloon. And as I breathe out through the nose, pulling the belly back to the spine for 2. Continue for that. Allow your mind to be fully connected to your breath. Letting all thoughts of worries and anxiousness and all thoughts of what you've got on your to-do list, just leave that to one side right now. And use your time as a meditation tool with your breath to just relax and be present in the moment. And now we're going to expand it to the second part. So taking a count of 2 into the belly, and then 2 into the chest, expanding the chest forward to the sides and the back. And as you breathe out, after the pause, relax and breathe out. As you pull your belly in, your chest collapses for 4. And pause at the end. Breathing in, 2 to the belly, 2 to the chest. Pausing, and then as you breathe out, let the chest collapse, let the belly pull in to the back of the spine, and pause. Recognizing the pauses at both sides of the breath. And finally, for the third part, taking that 2 counts into the belly, 2 counts into the chest, and 2 counts up to the top of the lungs, towards your collarbones, as much as you're able to, taking that fullest, deepest breath. 2, 2, and 2, pausing at the end of your inhale. And as you exhale for 6 or up to 6, through the nose, pause at the end of your exhalation. Full 3-part yogic breath, the fullest breath that your body can do, filling your lungs with oxygen, exchange of heat and carbon dioxide. Totally connected to your breath now. Taking one more full breath. And when you finish, come back to your natural breath, noticing how you're feeling now. You feel more calmer, more connected to your body, relaxing. And gently flicker your eyes open as we come back into the room. So we're going to start a gentle warm-up, the sort of mobilization of the spine. 6 planes of motion, forward, back, side to side, and twisting each way. So take a moment, we're going to allow your arms to come down by your side. Just relax. And sitting up nice and tall, just press gently into your feet so you can really feel that connection. Allow your breath to come in as your arms float up, all the way to wherever you feel able to get, gently looking up. And as you exhale, bring your arms behind you, just onto the back of the seat, the struts there, wherever you feel capable. And as you take another inhale, bring the elbows together and gently lift your heart forward, gently looking up. Do a small back bend. And as you exhale, float your arms back down, coming into your neutral seated position. Take your inhalation up, gently looking up. Lifting your arms and heart to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring your arms back down, float them down. Holding on to the back of the chair. Take another inhalation, lift the heart up, squeeze those elbows together. Gentle back bend. Explaining that all this anxiousness we can allow to let go now. We can just be in tune with our body. One more time. Allow the rib cage to lift away from the hips. As you exhale, relax. Grab hold of the back of the chair. Squeeze those elbows in together. Lift that heart. Gently look up. And exhale. Bring your hands to your kneecaps and take an inhalation. Lift your spine. As you exhale, tilt forward from the hips, but keep looking forward. So we're lengthening through the back of the spine here. Allowing our body to float forward. Take a few breaths here. Keep your belly pulled in now. And we're just allowing this stretch to happen in the lower back. When you're ready with your next exhalation, allow your spine to curl down into a seated child's pose. And if you find find that it's difficult to breathe here, just allow your breath to come through the back of your shoulders, through the sides of your ribs. Put your head in a position that feels comfortable. If you've got any issues with blood pressure, just keep it at heart level. Otherwise, you can drop your head a little. Wherever you feel comfortable, really concentrate on the feelings at the back of your body as you come into this lovely forward fold. Another breath here. With your next inhalation, press through your feet. Allow your spine to uncurl one vertebrae at a time. Keep your chin tucked in. Eventually coming up to your seated position, neutral position, and allow your hands to float back down. You're going to grab hold of the left side of the chair. Take an inhalation as you lift your right arm up. And exhale, float over to the left. Keep your buttocks on the seat and press gently through your feet. And really reach those fingers away, supporting yourself with your left hand. Try not to twist here, just keep that side flexion of the spine, really allowing yourself to release through the ribcage on your right side. Take an inhale, float up. As you exhale, bring your right hand down and left hand floats up. Take another inhale, lift your left arm up. Pull your belly in, and as you exhale, float to the left. And again, allow those fingers to reach away from you, feeling that stretch on the left side of the body. Take an inhale, let's repeat on the other side. So we're going to do 3 each side. And each time, just don't go too far, but just feel that stretch happening, that release through the ribcage to the side of the waist, right down to the hips, spine bending to the side. Nice gentle movements, just awakening the body here. Last one. Final inhalation up and exhale. Come back to your natural seated. So we're going to bring our right hand across the outside edge of your thigh or wherever you've got access to. Bring your left hand around the back of the seat and grab on to whatever you've got access to. Press gently through your feet, and as you inhale, lift the spine up. And as you exhale, keeping your knees facing forward, gently twist from the waist, the chest and the shoulders to the left, finding that gentle twist into the spine. Eventually turning your head towards your shoulders, just in a comfortable twist within the neck, wherever you feel comfortable. Take another inhalation, press through the 3, lift the spine. As you exhale, take that extra little twist. You've got one more breath here. Take that inhale to lift the spine, press through the feet, exhale to twist. Final inhale, lift the spine, and as you exhale, unwind. Head, shoulders, chest, eventually waist back to center. Repeat on the other side. Left hand across the right thigh, right hand behind. Take that inhale, lift the spine up. As you exhale, twist from waist, chest, shoulders, eventually your head, only coming to a comfortable position. And I'm sure you can hear my it seems that we have visitors or someone in the room. Then inhale, lift the spine. As you exhale, twist that little bit further. And again, once more, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, twist. Final inhalation. As you lift your spine, twist, head, shoulders, chest, and waist back to center. Make sure you're still sitting at the back of the seat. I'm going to do some gentle leg raises. So you can hold on to the side of the seat if you wish, or you can have your hands on your legs. Take an inhale, lift your right leg up. Bring your toes towards your shin and feel that stretch at the back of the leg. And just holding it there for a couple of breaths. Try not to totally lock the knee out. Keep it slightly bent so you're not promoting any issues with the knee joint, but you're strengthening your legs. Pulling the toes towards your shin. The belly's pulled in, keeping your body upright, shoulders relaxed down. With your final exhale, allow the leg to slip back to the floor. Repeat on the other side. Take the inhale, press through the right foot and lift the left toes up to the ceiling. Again, not locking that knee out. Pressing into the right foot, keeping yourself grounded here. Belly's pulled in. Nice tall spine, shoulders relaxed and down. And as you exhale, allow the feet to come back down. Bring your feet nice and wide. And we're going to wiggle forward so you've got a bit of the space at the back of the chair. We're going to do some seated cats and cows. The hands just come gently onto the knees. So take an inhale. And press your belly forward, tuck your coccyx backwards. And lift your hot chest up towards the ceiling and gently look up. And as you exhale, bring that coccyx underneath, so curl under, pull your belly in, drop your chin to your chest, and allow your head to come down around those shoulders as you arch your back towards the back of the chair. Inhale again, coccyx towards the back of the chair, push your belly forward, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift your heart. Lift your head gently. And exhale, reverse, coccyx underneath, belly in, shoulders rounding, head dropping down. Let's do one more here. Just the mobilization of the spine, stretching through the front and back of the body. Awesome. Gently bring yourself back to center. Now we're going to do some mobilization of your hands, really to get your wrists and fingers working a bit better. So just clasp your hands and start to rotate in a sort of wavy motion. My wrists are going click, 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 click. And that's just mobilizing the wrist joint, the finger joints. Fabulous. Bring your fingers nice and splayed open as much as you can. And then play the piano. Let's get those fingers working. And then rotate the wrist, so toe inwards first. And kind of lead with that middle finger so you get as much rotation as you can. Try to isolate the wrists, not moving your elbows out, just trying to isolate the wrists. Go the other way. Again, I can feel the sort of cracks and pops within my wrist joint, but that's okay. Nothing's hurting, it's just the movement. And then come up, flex the hands back and down. Inhale up, exhale down. Fabulous. And let's do some shoulder movements. So bring inhale, hands down to the side. As you inhale, bring your arms out to the side. And as you exhale, bring your hands towards your shoulders. They might just be in the air, or you might be able to touch your shoulders, wherever you've got access to. And just keeping your belly pulled in, so you're allowing your spine to be protected in the lower back. Take an inhale, draw your elbows around to the front. Bring them up, and as you exhale, bring them round to the back. So you're really rotating into those shoulder joints. And gradually, you're going to make that movement as bigger and bigger, as big as you can. So we're going to start to squeeze the elbows together as you exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up the chest. And do some more. And last one. And then you're going to reverse it. So inhale, lifting the elbows up, squeezing the elbows together. As you exhale, rotate the other way. And it might feel slightly different this way. Same with the feet, so bring your right foot forward, and I'm going to ask you to point and flex the foot. So as you inhale, lift the toes towards your shin. As you exhale, point your foot down. Crack when my ankle. Inhale, up. Exhale, point. Now you can rest your heel on the floor, or you can lift your foot up. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. And then do some circles, rotating the ankles. Again, isolating the ankle. Seeing how it feels, and I'm sure each of us will have those cracks and pops within the joints, but that's okay. There's no sharp shooting pains. Go the opposite way. Feeling that mobilization of the ankles, the feet. And bring your foot back to that square seat here. And repeat on the other side. Either that foot on the heel on the floor, or in the air. As you inhale, pull your toes towards you. As you exhale, point the toes. And then start that rotation of the ankles. Might feel very different on this side. You might feel that your foot is less mobile or more. Again, just notice that for yourself. There's no sort of challenge to compete with yourself here. It's really just noticing how your body feels. And come back to center. So make sure you are sitting on the front third of the chair. And we're going to do some sun salutations here seated. So allow your hands to float down to the side. Take a moment to draw the shoulder blades down towards the bottom. Pull your belly in. Have your feet gently pressed into the ground. Take an inhale. Allow the arms to float up. Lift your heart up, but pull the shoulders back and down. Spread those fingers wide. As you exhale, float the arms into a cactus, about shoulder height. Take another inhale, lift the spine up, press into the feet. As you exhale, tilt forward from the hips. Take an inhale, hands float to the top of the knees. And as you exhale, slide down your shins. Wherever you get to, you might be able to rest your belly onto your leg thighs, or you might be still sitting up a little bit. Doesn't matter which way. And take an inhale, you're going to bring your right hand up as we twist open and lift our hand up to the ceiling. Take an exhale, float back down. Take that inhale, left arm floats up. And exhale down again, feeling that gentle twist. Take an inhale, hands come to the top of the thighs. We uncurl, we keep our chin tucked in. We'll lift our spine up one vertebrae at a time. And as we exhale, we come back to the start. So let's do that again. Inhale, float the arms up. Draw the shoulder blades down, gently look up. As you exhale, come to those cactus arms. Take an inhale, lift the spine up, press into the feet, gently tilt forward from the hips, looking forward. And as you exhale, float the hands down the shins into that forward fold. This time, we're going to add a flat back. So take an inhale, lift your head up, and hands can come to shins. As you exhale, float back down. Take that inhale, right hand floats up, press into the feet. Take that exhale, float back. Repeat on the other side. Inhale, lift that left arm, twisting up, opening the shoulders, the chest. Exhale down. Hands come to the top of the thighs. Take that inhale, uncurl the spine, keeping the chest, the head lifts up. Last thing. And as you exhale, float the arms back down. We do that once more. Take that inhale up. Exhale. Take that inhale, lift. Tilt forward. And as you exhale, float down. Take that inhale, hands to shins, lift up. Nice long spine. Exhale, back down. Take that inhale, draw the right hand up, press into the feet. Exhale down. Left hand floats up. Exhale down. Hands to the top of the thighs, gently roll up and exhale back to the start. Now you're already sitting at the front of the seat. Make sure that you are bringing your heels slightly behind you. We're going to do that sit to stand, just gently ensuring that we keep our spine nice and tall and our focus straight forward. So take that inhale. You can bring your hands to the thighs or onto the seat side. And take a moment, take the inhale, tilt forward from the hips again, looking forward, press fully through the feet and press up to your standing Tadasana mountain pose. Have your feet about that hip width apart or a bit closer if you feel more comfortable. Toes facing forward, but what I would say is just think of your alignment here. If you feel that your hips are coming inwards with your toes facing forward, then just gently part them a little bit more and allow the toes to float out. Whatever's natural to your body. What I would like you to do is engage the core here. Enjoy, bring in the thigh muscles, so clench into the thigh muscles. Hands facing forward, let's open up that chest. And allow the shoulders to float down towards the buttocks at the back. Pressing firmly through all the parts of the foot. Tadasana. Sort of fountain of pose that we then go into all the other standing poses. So we're going to concentrate now on some of the standing poses with the use of a chair. So I'm going to ask you to come round to the back of your chair. I'll change mine so you can see what's happening. And we're in our mountain pose again. Gently holding on for support if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to need to bring your hands away. So again, engage that core. Allow the shoulders to blaze, to float back down. Tuck your coccyx in slightly and have gently bent knees. So we're going to take an inhale. We're going to lift up through our heels. Take the weight into your big toe, second toe. And as you exhale, you're going to float back down nice and gently, controlled. And you're going to do a couple more of those, just inhaling, lifting up. We're about challenging our balance here. And exhale down. You've got one more of those to do. So inhale up. Exhale down. And from here, with your next inhale, I'm going to ask you to step your right foot back with your foot slightly turned out and have your feet about hip width apart, so you've got more of a stance here. So this is our warrior one pose. Bend gently into that left knee. Make sure the knee doesn't come over the toes and keep your hips facing forward, holding on for support at the moment. Try to straighten the back leg but not fully, have a slight bend in it, and keep those muscles strong and engage the inner thighs here, looking forward, lifting that heart up. Pull your belly in and tuck that tailbone underneath. Fabulous. And if you feel comfortable, you could bring your right arm up to balance here or at shoulder height, whatever feels comfortable, or on the chair. All variations for you to allow yourself to feel this pose. Take another inhale. As you exhale, we're going to lift that right heel up and transfer our weight onto our left foot. And just come onto the tip of the toes at the back right foot. So here's a balance for you. Take another inhale and then bring your toes to your shin as you lift that back foot off of the floor, keeping your hips facing forward. Lift up through the standing hip, the left hip. And as you exhale, gently bring your feet back together into your mountain pose. Let's repeat on the other side. So take that inhale. And as you exhale, step the left foot back now into that high lunge. Again, take a moment. The left foot slightly turned out. The right foot's facing forward, and try to ensure the hips face forward. Again, the knee not protruding over the toes. Just try and stay above the ankles. Pull that belly in. Tuck that tailbone underneath. Shoulders back and down. And take a moment to see how it feels here. And if you feel comfortable, you can inhale, lift the left arm. Again, having that variation at shoulder or onto your support. Again, challenging our balance a little. So take another inhale and transfer the weight onto the left big toes and into the right foot. And bring the left toe onto your big toe. Lift up through the right hip, pull that belly in. And as you take another inhale now, lift that left heel, a foot off the floor, and bring the toes towards the shins, but keeping the hips facing forward. Again, a balance here. Strengthening the hips and the back of the thigh. And as you exhale, bring your feet together. Fabulous. Now let's do those heel lifts again. So take an inhale, lift those heels up, take the weight into your big toe, second toe. As you exhale, float back down. And again, 2 more. Last one. Really focus on where that weight is distributed into the big toe, second toe. Lifting the heels as high as you can. Exhale down. So now with your next inhalation, walk your feet backwards and just moving the chair forward. So you can see we're going to come into our downward dog, standing with our seat. So walk your feet back. What we're looking for is to try and keep the hips above the ankles. Hands on the back of the chair, just coming into a position that feels comfortable with you, and have a slight bend in the knees so you're not locking those knees out. Pull your belly in and then draw your shoulder blades down towards your buttocks. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lower down as far as you feel comfortable. Now you can bend your arms if that feels easier for you and it feels that lovely stretch at the back of the body. Or you can lengthen through your arms so your wrists are on the chair. Whatever you feel comfortable, keeping the belly pulled in. Feel the stretch in the shoulder joints, and if at any time this feels too intense, bend the knees slightly or quite a lot, depending on what you feel, and then try to come back to a more straighter leg. We're going to take another few breaths here. It's a beautiful way to release into the shoulders where we might be sort of sedentary for too long, sitting watching telly. And it opens up the chest cavity. And lengthen through the back of the legs and the spine. Let your head be loose, pressing into all 4 corners of the feet. Take an inhale, you're going to bend those knees, you're going to look forward. And as you exhale, gently walk your feet back to your mountain pose and take a pause here. Just to see how your body's feeling after that beautiful stretch. Okay. So the other balance that we're going to do is our version of a tree. So keep holding on to the back of the chair. I'll turn so you can see what I'm doing. Again, having your feet about that hip width apart. Draw those shoulders up, back and down. Holding on to your support here. I've got hold of the inside. So take an inhale, pull your belly in, tuck that tailbone under slightly, bent knees. And as you exhale, you're going to lift that right heel up and take the weight into your left hip. Lift up through the left hip. Now this might be your version of a tree pose, or you might want to turn your knee gently out to the side and rest your heel on the top of your foot. Keep that left hip pulled up, keep that belly pulled in. And focus on something in front of you that can take your concentration into. Holding on to your support here. If you feel able, you might want to take your toes onto the top of your feet. Again, opening up that hip joint if you feel able. If the hip doesn't like it, bring your leg forward. Again, you're challenging your balance all the time here. Again, if you feel able, you can take the foot to the inside of the thigh. Either with your hip opening out to the side, press the foot into the shin and press into your left foot and pull the belly in. If that doesn't feel comfortable, again, just have the foot and the knee facing forward. Take one more lift up through the spine, nice and tall. And as you exhale, gently release the foot to the floor. And repeat on the other side. So again, keeping hold of your support. Take that inhale, pull that belly in. And as you exhale, release the left heel. Staying there or opening the hip to the side as you place the heel onto the top of the foot. Again, remember to lift up through that right hip, keep that belly controlled, pulled into the back of the spine, giving you that core stability. Again, if you want, you can take the toes on top of the foot, knee wide or knee facing forward, or again, onto the inside of the carpet. Don't drop down into that hip, lift up, nice and tall. Give yourself this chance to challenge your balance. And as you exhale, slowly bring your feet back to the floor, mountain pose. Take a moment here, see how your body's feeling. And then walk back round to the front of your chair as we sit down. Take a moment to ensure that you feel the back of the chair before you sit down, and the back of your calves, and then sit gently back into your seat. I'm going to finish off with some gentle twisting. So bring yourself onto the front of the chair. Allow your feet to be nice and wide. And if you feel that your knees are coming inwards, really concentrate on pressing out the outer thighs and opening up your hip joints here. Hold on to the side or the back of the chair, whatever you've got access to and feel comfortable. Take that inhale, lift your spine up. As you exhale, float both knees, release the heels and twist round to the side. And allow your spine to twist as well, your body. Take that inhale, bring the heels back to the floor. Exhale there. And repeat. Inhale, lift the heels. As you exhale, swing the knees round to the other side, twisting round. Take that inhale and back to the center. And again, let's do that twice more, but this time we can not stop in the middle. So take that inhale. As you exhale, float to the side. Keeping the heels off the floor, allow the ankles to twist. And the hips and the knees. Take the inhale, lift up onto the toes. As you exhale, float immediately to the other side. Windscreen wipers. Eventually coming back to center. Take a moment just to wiggle back into your chair as we come into seated Shavasana. Bring your heels underneath your knees. Allow your back to be supported by your chair. There. Allow the shoulders to hunch up and then relax back down. Tuck your chin in gently. And again, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, but this time, bring your index finger to your thumb and place your palms facing up. Allowing that energy to be poured into your body now. The energy of the earth that surrounds us, that chi, that ki, whatever you want to call it, the prana, the energy that is surrounded through all things and in all things. Come back to your natural breathing. Take a moment to reconnect to your body. Noticing how it feels after your gentle chair practice today. We've moved the body, the spine in all 6 planes, all directions. We've opened up our wrists, our shoulders, our sides of our bodies, our ankles, our hips, our knees. Just feel the energy flowing through you. Come back to that pranayama, that breath work that we did right at the start of the practice. That 3-part yogic breath. So taking that inhale, 2 into the belly, 2 into the chest, 2 up to the top of the shoulders. Pausing and then exhaling 4 up to 6, whenever you are available. Pausing at the end of your exhalation. And use your own count, whatever your breath capacity is. Just try and expand it a little bit more. And if you're used to doing this breath work, you may wish to increase that